My name is Irina VanPatten. I'm a local writer from Everett, Washington, and I'm the author of Mail Order Family. I'm originally from Moldova, actually, which is in Eastern Europe, one of the former Soviet Union republics that has now been dissolved. I found about the Josephine Caring Community Project from our local writers community. Our person who is in charge of the writers community, Tony Kiev, contacted me and asked, would you like to volunteer for this cool project? There is this care facility, it's called Josephine Care Community, that wants to do some interviews with the residents there, to record their memory and put it in a book. At first I thought, wow, that's a cool project. And that was, I would say, in January 2022. I was thinking it will take me a month, 2 months, and I do interview for a living. I interview a lot of people for my books as well. So I was thinking, it will take me a month or two. Everything is going to be fine. I can celebrate that time, basically dedicate that time to do this project, because I thought it was a very cool project. It definitely looked interesting to me. And the time goes on, there's a month or two lapse, and I kind of forgot about it for a while. And then at the end of February, they contacted me back and say, hey, would like to schedule you for March 2nd with this person, Diana. And I was in the worst spot right at that time, because on February 24th, the war in Ukraine started. And my little country, Moldova, was right at the border with Ukraine, and I was freaking out about my relatives, because I have relatives in Moldova right at the border. I have relatives in Russia who started the war. I have friends in Odessa who are being bombed right now, and I was in the worst mental state. I was thinking, my gosh, I cannot do this. I just cannot concentrate on this right now. So I thought, okay, I already promised I'll just do the first interview, see how it goes. And if I cannot do it, I'll have to pass it to somebody else, because there's no way I can do this right now. And then I get on Zoom with Diana, and this is the sweetest lady, 89 years old, and tells me his story, and says me little things, and we joke about it. And I did not even realize that at the end of that hour that I talked to her, I forgot about the war. I forgot about the worries that were in my head. I forgot that I cannot do it, and it just realized, oh my gosh, this is like a balsam on my soul, basically. Not only for Diana to kind of tell his story, but for me to forget about my worries, to not think about it for once. You just concentrate on somebody else right now. This is not my relative. That is not a person even I knew before March 2nd. And just to preserve that history that was in her fading memory, that she was coming with a story about your life. And I said, okay, I can do this. So weeks go by, and we have to schedule the second appointment. All of a sudden, my person gets COVID. So I get worried I will not be able to finish the project. Who knows what's going to happen? She recovers. Okay, we're moving on. We get the second interview. And then I start putting this all on paper, all his thoughts and her little things that she say, and putting the story together. And it gave me such a perspective, amazing perspective. The life is long, and it's not always this one moment. You just have to get over this hurdle right now and keep moving and keep telling your story, or keep living your life. Then I got in touch with one of the daughters of Diana, and she got me such amazing background. I found there's a whole family behind, like 6 kids, and so many grandkids that love their Nana, that they all have this little bits of memories that is so precious. And when you discover an entire family that is so close-knit, that they're so supportive of each other, so talented, and see that family through the eyes of my person that I interviewed. I think, and I cannot tell you how it changes you as a writer, as a person, to touch that greatness, or to touch that eternity through somebody else's family. So, I don't know if I'm rambling right now, sorry. But that story is gonna live with the family. It just happened, but by the time I was writing it all on paper, that my person passed away, and then I was interviewing, and now the family is gonna have this precious gift of their last words in the book, and they will be able to refer to that, to what she remembered the last month of your life, and it just blew my mind. I cannot even explain how it turned out, because you always, as a writer, when you start writing something, you have something in your plan, you write it down and say, this is how it's going to end up. And that is one of those cases when not everything turned as you thought it would be, but it turned better than you thought it would be. So even for that alone, I think it was worth it for me, and I hope for Diana's family, that they will now have this memory of this little book that she told me in her last month of life. I recommend to everyone, to every writer, just do it. Just do it. Take one person and write what they say, and to preserve that memory for the family, or for the history, honestly, for history. So I hope that helps.